Part 5 of Nene's story. Nene was happy that Precious and Negi were confused about the dress. They couldn't tell if she had bought a new one or somehow repaired the old one. That night, Nene thought to herself, even I don't understand how that woman did it. I thought they would notice, but they didn't. She's truly talented. She sat quietly and whispered, I wish I knew how to sew. I could make clothes for myself and for Mama. Negi and Precious ignored her in school. Nene did same thing to them. After school, she went back to the tailor's shop. She greeted the woman warmly and said, Ma, thank you so much for what you did. Please, I want to learn how to sew. Can you take me as your apprentice? The woman looked at her curiously. Why do you want to learn fashion designing? Nene replied softly. I want to show people that even though I once borrowed a dress, I can sew fine ones by myself. The woman shook her head. You can't learn fashion for revenge, my dear. You must learn it with love from your heart. She told Nene to go home, but Nene kept coming back. She begged the woman again and again to accept her. One day, the woman finally said, tell me the truth. What really happened with that dress? Nene told her everything, how her friends had humiliated her at the school party, and how she just wanted to make things right. The woman sighed deeply. If you truly want to learn, I'll help you. But you must remove the revenge from your heart. Sewing is an art. It needs patience, not pain. Nene nodded. Yes, Ma, I promise. I only want to learn so I can sew for myself and my mother. What about your mother? The woman asked. She doesn't know yet, Nene said. She won't allow me if I tell her now. Please, let me start first. I'll tell her when the time is right. The woman hesitated, then smiled softly. All right, but one day, you must tell her. Nene knelt and thanked her. She went to her mother's shop to help her. Later that day at home, she told her mother she was staying back for extra lessons to prepare for exams. Her mother, proud and trusting, agreed happily. From that day, she began going to the tailor's shop after school. Learning was hard at first. Her hands shook when she tried to cut or stitch. But the woman encouraged her, saying, be patient, Nene. Fashion is learned with love and practice. And Nene never gave up. She practiced daily. The woman taught her using leftover fabrics. At first, Nene sewed tiny dresses for dolls. Gradually, her hands became steady, her stitches became neat, and her eyes bright with confidence. Months later, Nene made a gown for herself and showed her. She was very amazed. She said, this is so neat for a first attempt. Nene was so happy. Later, she began sewing simple clothes. Soon, the woman started trusting her with real customers' clothes. Nene helped cut fabrics, fix buttons, and even stitch full gowns. She would leave school, go to the shop, and still rush to her mother's food stall before nightfall. She worked hard every day without complaint. At school, Precious and Nyanji ignored her. They mocked her sometimes, but Nene never replied. She focused on her sewing and her studies. When exams came, Nene did very well, top of her class again. Her mother was proud, though she didn't yet know the full story. Finally, after her last exam, Nene sat her mother down and told her everything from the party, to the humiliation, to the dress, and how she had secretly learned to sew. Her mother wept. You suffered alone, my child. Why didn't you tell me? Nene held her mother's hand. I didn't want to worry you, Mama. But now, look, I can sew. On the day of her graduation, she wore a pink dress she sewed by herself. She collected prize as the best student of the year. Her mother was so happy and proud of her. Negi and Precious was amazed of how beautiful her dress looks. The next day, they went together to the tailor's shop. When the woman saw them, she smiled warmly. So, you finally told her, the woman said. Yes, Ma, Nene's mother replied. Thank you for caring for my daughter. I'll be forever grateful. She's a gifted girl, the tailor said proudly. She learns fast. From then on, her mother allowed her to go to the shop every day. Nene worked full-time, helping to sew, arrange fabrics, and attend to customers. Everyone loved her for her humility and skill. Soon, people in church began noticing her fine dresses and her mother's too. They often asked, who made these beautiful clothes? Nene smiled shyly and said, I did. One Sunday, a special visitor came to their church, a young woman who used to be a member before moving to Lagos to start a fashion boutique. When she saw Nene's gown, she was amazed. Well, did you sew this yourself? Yes, Ma, Nene said proudly. I even sewed my mother's dress too. The woman was impressed. You're very talented. I own a big boutique studio in Lagos. Would you like to come with me? I'll train you properly. Nene's eyes widened. She looked at her mother in shock.